Hello, how are you? Welcome. We did not tell you we were going live today.
Surprise!
Well, because we just figured we're so busy. You guys don't need to watch with us live. You need to watch when it's convenient for you. Originally, we planned coming on at 11. Then I had to go pick up something. She had surgery and was moving slow. You want to show them your wrist? So we
Takes
didn't
me a
hop
little
on.
longer to get ready left-handed.
Yeah.
When I'm right-handed.
Exactly. But it's
You
good for
read
your
my
brain.
mind.
I did, didn't I?
You read my mind.
I called her. I was like,
time? Are you still home?
yes. How about 11:30?
Yes.
So if we give you a time, sometimes that doesn't always happen. So this way, you guys can watch it at your earliest convenience.
Listen on your walk.
Going to put it on YouTube. Went ahead. I haven't even sent an email. We've been so busy. I haven't even sent an email to let you guys know that last week's coaching call is on YouTube. I need to email that out because there's so many people that aren't going to watch this on Facebook. So I need to email that out. But Amy has a lot for us. Well, normally I do all the talking, but I think she's going to do the majority of the talking today.
I've had some extra time to think.
Well, yeah.
So I did. Long story short, I had a car accident in 2017 that led to a cyst in my wrist, and it fluctuated big and little. I don't know if anyone has ever had a ganglion cyst, and mine finally hurt so bad they're like, we need to take it out. And so I got it out last Thursday, and I was a chicken for 7 years.
You were. I was like, are you ever going to get this done? I think Steve finally was like, Amy,
you're getting it done. And the doctor was like, you're getting it done. So I got it done, and I'm on, it's been a week now. It's been a week.
Got the hard part over with.
Although you said it is good for my brain, switching to left-handed, brushing your teeth left-handed,
everything's slower.
Everything takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Detangling my hair, that took a little bit today.
Oh.
So yes, but asking for help, this is not the easiest thing for me, but I couldn't put my hair in a ponytail, and I needed my hair out of my way, to brush my teeth, just asking for help does not come easy to me, but it made me think of you guys, and we're here for you. And there's a lot of people like, oh, we don't want to bother you. You're not bothering us.
It's what you paid for.
And that's what we're here for. We love to help. We helped different people this week plan their days in MyFitnessPal and realize, plan ahead digitally, and then you just wake up and follow it the next day. So
I think you had a phone call too, didn't you? I didn't even realize you did.
I did.
Yeah.
And bless her heart, I must have set my alarm for AM, 1 a.m. She's like, we're supposed to have a call. I was like, you know what, you're right. I feel a little slower after being under general anesthesia, but I don't plan on using that as an excuse for very long. But I thanked her for reminding me, and yes, we had a lovely consult, actually. A lot of aha moments. She travels with work. Alcohol is a lot of wine tasting, that kind of thing. But she's also been more of a carnivore eater for the last year and a half.
Yes, yeah.
So she doesn't have a problem hitting her protein.
She's going over on fat.
Which
is easy to do if you're living a carnivore way of life because you're eating a lot of meat.
So and that's all the macros, we know this, are important. But just talking about, I may have touched on this last talk, but instead of whole milk, she's like, I'll try 2%. Great idea. Or different yogurts, that kind of thing as well. Cottage cheese we talked about. And my favorite, if you enjoy eggs, 3 tablespoons of egg whites is 5 grams of protein, no fat, no carbs. So she was eating 5 or 6 eggs, but going over on fat. So using 1 or 2 whole eggs, and then,
egg whites.
Using egg whites with that. And she's like, she enjoys ribeye. She had a ribeye the other night for dinner. She's like, but I can't have the whole 16-ounce ribeye. She's like, so I cut it in half and had the next portion, for breakfast the next day with her eggs. So for her, she's team fat like I am. It helps her feel more satisfied.
Team carb.
And you're team carb for sure. We talked about that as well in our consult. But it just helped piece things together, getting on a call. And she's done a great job texting and asking us questions too. So all of that to say, please ask for help. And everyone I've asked for help over this past week, they've been happy to help.
Right.
It feels good to help people.
We're happy to help. Yeah,
exactly.
You're never a burden. I know what I was going to say.
Okay.
because I don't know if you guys know, I'm a student of Dr. Lane Norton. That's who I choose to keep my nutrition knowledge up to date with through his certification processes, because he's so science backed and not
he keeps up with the
data
current
over
research.
Feelings and data over scaring you. So he's good with keeping up research. But he sent out an email, in his weekly email, it was talking about his macros and what he eats. And he was talking about how he has 4 strips of bacon every morning, egg whites, and fat-free cheese. And he was like, pro tip, I cook my bacon, take it out of the pan, I fry my eggs in the fat that came out of the bacon, because you can't take that out of tracking your macros. I'm like, we're way ahead of you. That's in our shred guide for the last 3 years. Tips and tricks.
That. And it's delicious, in my opinion.
It's so delicious. Make sure,
like,
if you're eating egg whites, you don't need the yolk, because you've got the bacon fat for flavor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think an egg is better with the yolk. But I usually do 2 whole eggs and the rest egg whites. But I was like, oh yeah, I need to get some bacon and start doing that again, because I haven't done that in a while.
And if you don't use all of it, like he has 4 strips, that's quite a bit of fat.
Yeah.
If you don't use all of it, then roast your vegetables in it, right?
You get so much good flavor.
And then, I mean, you can account for that during your day.
Yeah. But I forgot about that. I'm like, Lane,
We're so
ahead of you.
That's awesome. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. So yeah, be sure and read our tips and tricks. And we've had different questions too. I'm like, oh, you haven't read the shred guide yet.
Oh yeah, we get that a lot. It's very obvious.
So
when y'all haven't read the shred guide and you're just trying to use your macros and track them. It's just an education, really. It's just a quick education. It's a quick read.
I was gonna say, in the long
hard.
run, I feel like it's a time saver, because you're not trying to reach for an answer on your own. It's already there. Just take a minute.
Yeah.
And read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of reading, ooh, that was a nice little segue there.
Yes.
Just kind of random. I was invited to a book club. So if anybody has had like graduating seniors and they're off at college, like Kinsey and I would watch a show together in the evening, like either a study break or like she got her stuff done, so reward, like go watch a show or something. And I was invited to a book club last month. And the whole point of me telling you this is, now I look forward to reading at night. It is helping my bedtime routine. I'm winding down my sleep. Even my like heart rate is getting lower at night. Everything is like just a better pattern. And my screen time, you guys. And I used to say, ask my kids, ask Steve. I used to say, oh, I work on my phone. That's why my screen time's high. I work on my phone. And I do. But my screen time is down 74%.
So you used to get on the phone at night all the time.
And just scroll. The mindless scroll.
Yeah.
And now I'm reading. And even so our son Gavin, he's in 8th grade and he's reading books for school too. And I'm like, well, I'll read it and we'll discuss it. So I've got like these little mini book clubs going on. I've got one with Gavin. And I've got one with, some friends that their girls have graduated, and then our studio now has a book club too.
Yeah, we just started a book club. Allison Hushin is running that.
I love it, so I'm excited for that too. But I just,
I tried to listen to the book on audio on my walks, and what I've realized about my walks is that's turned into like thinking time and responding to text messages, and so I've got to read.
Like actually hold the book.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually hold the book for me to pay attention.
I prefer to hold the book, and again, that's part of my like relaxing time, wind down before bed.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, if anybody has a question, I'm in my bed reading. And Steve is even like, I like this better. You're not falling asleep on the couch.
Oh yeah.
It's just a better routine. I came across this quote. Interrupt me if you need to.
No, okay.
And it was talking about, for something to live, something else must die. So I kind of look at it as replacing behavior, right? Like my screen
time had to die.
And now I'm enjoying books. And I enjoy reading, but for probably a good 15 years, I haven't made time.
Yeah, I used to make time every morning during COVID. The last year, I've run out of that time in the morning. I need the time. And if I sleep at night, I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Or if I read at night, I fall asleep. Yeah. So I need to figure it out.
I do like devotional time in the morning. That takes, not very long in the morning, my little flippers that I do, but night now, and I look forward to it. I do. So with that theme though of something to live, something has to die. I mean, this is true in fitness, business, life, all the things.
Yeah.
Letting go of habits, and I just started thinking of our shredders and how, what things can you replace with the new lifestyle habits. And some questions we've had recently, especially over the last week, they made me feel like the shredder was expecting something fast.
Oh,
I got that feeling of this like sense of urgency, and it doesn't all happen at once, right? All the changes don't happen at once, and it's not a quick fix. It's just not.
Well, we're doing an education lifestyle change, something that you can hold on to for the rest of your life. It's not a fad diet to drop weight quick. And so, everyone, including Lane Norton, who's trying to help you lose weight and develop a healthy lifestyle for the rest of your life and make it sustainable, will tell you, you put the weight on. If that's what you're trying to do is shred body fat, it took you maybe a year, maybe 2-3 years for that weight to slowly creep on. Why are you expecting to get it all off in 4 weeks?
Right.
It has to be a gradual process to get it off, especially if you're reading the shred guide, so you don't tap into muscles, so it lasts for the long term. If you're losing more than 1 to 2 pounds a week, you're doing it too aggressively. Typically, that is the rule of thumb.
We've mentioned the shredder before. It's her birthday today,
Oh,
actually.
yes.
And she is sending us, every time she does her workout, she's sending us pictures.
She's like, the accountability is what's doing it for her. Like, sending us and checking in with us every single day is what's creating these new habits for her.
And I feel like I haven't even, in the beginning of her shred, I saw her in person, but I haven't seen her in person or verbally talk to her. It's just been like text messaging. But I feel like her sense of energy
is getting higher
just from the way she's texting, if that makes any sense at all. She sent us a picture of excuse me, her muscles, and she's like, I can see them now. She said this is the first time
that she's been able to see them. She got that shoulder cap popping.
And we just said, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, you're making it happen.
Yeah.
Following those steps. Now it's taken, has she 6 weeks ish?
Yeah.
It's been over a month.
Yeah. She's an off-cycle shredder.
Right. Anyways, I just really like the thought that life is not about adding more. It's about making space for what matters. And I feel like we are the same age for a little bit longer. And I feel like I like pointing that out.
Few more days.
But point is,
you're getting so old.
I know.
I'm just kidding. It bothers her. Age bothers her, so I know how to get under her skin.
I'm like, Steve's always older.
Right. My husband's always older than Steve.
That makes me feel a little better. I don't know. That's kind of weird too. But anyways. Talk about losing my train of thought. What matters most? I don't know. It's gone.
It's life is not always about adding more. It's about making space for things that matter.
And as we get older and wiser,
yes,
I feel like setting those boundaries of being home at a certain time to go to bed and not really getting off cycle of that, or just making the decisions for, I don't care if anyone's gonna have an alcohol drink or not, I choose not to tonight.
Yeah,
those kind of things, like just setting those boundaries of what serves us better, I feel like has gotten easier as we get wiser.
I get that.
A little older.
Priorities change.
They do. My goal is to stay active, watching the clients in Pure Bar up in their 70s, holding 90-second planks.
I was talking to someone today who's 62. I was like, you do not look 62. Because we were talking about job search and LinkedIn and your profile picture and it's age discrimination. You can't ask for age. And I was like, you do not look 62. Because she was like, I need to go in and update all of that. And I was like, no one in our studios looks their age.
I agree with that.
And I was like, people who are here and making the time to work out are probably going the extra mile at home, not saying they're perfect, to take care of themselves in other areas of their lives as well, getting steps, eating protein, not drinking as much or eliminating alcohol, you know, their 2 glasses of wine every night as it is. Like, and that's why they look so good. You know? Making time for healthy habits.
I couldn't be perfect. No one's perfect. But this past week, I'm like, okay, one-armed. And then I'm just like, have a whole, I mean, it's just this little wrist surgery. Like, people that have had something major, I can't imagine just how this little thing has affected me. But I'm like, okay, what do I have control over?
Right.
I have been getting my steps.
Oh.
And in a funny way, I can't carry with 2 arms, so I can carry with one. So I'm like making more trips. Like, I can carry laundry with this arm, but I can't, you know, like I can. Anyways, I got like 14,000 steps.
You probably don't know this about me. I actually do that on purpose. I know that I can get all my groceries in at once. I'm like, no, I'm going to make it 2 trips. I have 1 extra step.
2 trips.
Yeah. The other day I didn't get to take my walk. And I was like, how am I going to get like 10,000 steps today? And it was a lot of like house stuff, making extra trips. And by the end of the day, I had 12,000 steps. I was like, see, I can do this but I have to change my mentality.
It's okay to make that extra trip. Not, I'm going to hurt myself trying to carry everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the little trips and everything, they've added up. I've surprised myself with the steps. Steps, water.
Have you been good with water?
And mentally, I was like, I want to get all the
which is good to get all of that stuff
anesthesia, just get all this stuff out that doesn't serve my body well. So a lot of water. I've been hitting 80 ounces a day, which I don't remember the last time I've been able to do that.
Dang, that's good.
And my sleep's better. My heart rate's lower. Like, all the things. Speaking of heart rate, this is just like random. When I was told after surgery to alternate Tylenol, arthritis, because it lasts 8 hours, and Aleve, which they called it naproxen, same thing.
Oh yeah.
Alternating those, I was like, I'm gonna stay ahead of the pain because I know the numbing's gonna wear off, and I felt when it did, but I wanted to stay ahead of it. And I was like, I'm gonna get the best sleep, right? Nothing else going on but like watching Netflix and sleeping for the first couple of days. And my sleep, I got the length, but my quality, it's like warning, you know, all red. Heart rate was up. My resting heart rate is up. And I'm like, why? So I'm Googling, right? What am I doing differently? Does anesthesia do this? The Tylenol and the naproxen. And I didn't even take the hydrocodone. Luckily, I was able to like not need that. But it just made me think of like people I know that are like, I have a headache. I'm going to take Advil. I have a headache. And your heart rate is up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just wanted to like throw that out there. I guess I hadn't really thought of it.
Yeah.
I try not to take it.
Well, now that we have Oura rings, that's how I knew I was sick last week, because my temperature spiked.
Sure.
Or I was getting sick, and sure enough, I got sick. But if you're tracking something, tracking your health, then you can see how it's affecting your heart rate.
It definitely made it visual, which
is helpful for everybody.
For sure.
Yeah.
The one last thing I want to mention while we're on, how's our time? We've got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes. We try to keep them 20 minutes and under.
All right, you guys, Designs for Health. We have an MMM discount. You get to save 15%. There's over 330 products?
Products, yeah. Oh, wait, I have a testimony about this, okay?
Oh, okay.
So
we might go over 2 minutes.
Yeah. I was talking to someone at the studio again today.
Okay.
And when we were talking about supplements a while ago, she's like, I can't do hormone replacement therapy because of breast cancer. I don't even want to go down that. I said, well, are you at least taking a DIM supplement? She's like, no, what is that? So I told her about it. And so she trusted me. And I got her started on DIM. Now she's on the twice daily packets that are so great for women.
Yeah, they are.
She's like, Heather, since I've started that DIM, I had my latest mammogram and I no longer have dense breasts.
Interesting.
And I was like, it's one of the best DIMs on the market. Remember, we had to talk to Christy, our rep, and she talked to her scientists and all that about the quality of the DIM because your mom was having the headaches.
After switching from being on a different DIM, which was also a high quality DIM, just not like Designs for Health quality. Yeah.
And it's because, and I was able to explain to her, yes, it's getting rid of extra DIM extra estrogen in your body that you don't need, but it's also getting rid of all of the estrogen that's entering your body through pollutants and plastics and it actually detoxes your body. And I had to explain to her, it is actually such a great dim and such a great quality that some people can have side effects as they're detoxing from all of these environmental estrogens that are entering their body. And she's like, well, now I want my husband on a regimen. What do you recommend? And I was like, text us if he has any health issues, like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, arthritis, because we can customize because there's so many high quality. I'm always texting our rep. I'm like, what about this? What about that? What is this for? I'm like, can I take all the things? Shelly, I prefer mine on my ring finger, or that's not my ring finger, my pointer finger. She just asked, what finger do you prefer your Oura ring on? I prefer it on my pointer because I have worn my Oura ring before COVID.
Yeah.
So I've had mine since 2019, and I even went to a new generation. And I used to wear it on my ring finger. And I noticed when I went to the next generation, their sizing changed a little bit, and it's supposed to be worn on your pointer finger because it's more accurate. And I did notice that the new sizing, I could wear it on my pointer. It's a lot more accurate than when it was on my ring finger.
Interesting.
And that is what they recommend. I will switch it. Like Amy has it on her middle finger. Mine's charging right now. I knew I was going to sit, so I was like, I'm going to charge it right now.
Yeah.
I switch it between my pointer and my middle.
Same.
But I noticed it's most accurate since I've had it for 4 years now. Five? Yeah, wow, it's gonna be 5. Gosh, time flies. I noticed it's just more accurate on my pointer finger. So
when you bend your finger, the connectors are supposed to stay connected. So,
and that's what was happening on my ring finger. My knuckle's so much bigger than the actual.
It was coming away.
Yeah, it was coming away. Whereas my knuckle's more like the size of my actual finger on my pointer. So I think that's why it's more accurate. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked.
That was so great.
It was such a good testimonial about the quality of
the dim. That's awesome.
Well, just of Designs for Health, but why every woman should be on dim. 35 and older, every woman needs to be on it, in my opinion.
With over 330 products. We have not tried all of them.
No. Nor do I want to. I could probably take 30 supplements a day. I'm like, it's the last thing I want to do. Just the necessities, please.
Pill fatigue.
Yes, exactly.
But I have to say, and I want to thank my mom for this, she likes to have a protein bar, snack bar, just kind of with her. Like if she gets held up at an appointment or car dealership or whatever, she likes to have just something kind of on hand. So she found these. She's like, have you tried them yet? She placed her own order. I was like, no, I haven't tried these yet. So they're called Yes Way. I introduced you to them.
Yeah, I had no idea.
You hadn't had it either.
I wasn't interested in ordering any of their like food products because I have my favorites, and then she slipped one in.
I did last week.
That's what a bestie does.
It's like,
just slip it in.
I even like the color. Like they're pretty.
And I love that it's delicious. It is very decadent. It feels like a real dessert.
Decadent is, and I love. You've heard me before be like, I love fat. So do I want the cheese or do I want the chocolate? To me, this is having the decadent chocolate, and the chocolate that satisfies.
It has like a little bit more fat in it, but it
doesn't. It seems like it, but not that I want like. Sometimes I'll have certain chocolate and it's like, oh, I need like more and more and more, right? It's got like a higher percentage of sugar or something. Yeah. But this is like satisfying, and
I didn't realize it's only 180 calories, 15 grams of protein.
My mom even had our 13-year-old boy try it, and he loved it. So it's got really good fiber.
Just a new flavor?
15 grams of protein.
And the one you gave me? Or just the same
No,
one?
this is it. Okay. It's called Yes Way.
I need to order them.
They're really good. They count net carbs on the
outside
package, but
you want total carbs, not net carbs. But the fiber is good for you.
Fiber's good, and it has whey protein with 2 grams of creatine monohydrate, which you've talked about before.
Recommend creatine for everyone,
especially as we age.
Yes.
Supports athletic performance, skeletal, muscular strength, which is what we're all about here. Mastermind Macros. I had to introduce you to these. I think you even said you didn't eat the whole thing at once.
I couldn't. It was so decadent. I was like, oh, I don't even need the whole thing at once. And I could it forced me to slow down and enjoy it.
It's rich.
Yeah.
It's rich. I love that it's non-GMO, it's gluten-free, it doesn't have artificial colors or sweeteners, soy-free. I mean, Designs for Health in general, you can trust that. I feel that when I walk into like a Whole Foods. I know I'm not going to buy anything that has like crap ingredients. same thing with this store. So I just wanted to, introduce you to these. My mom said like sometimes she'll have like half one day, half the next, or she'll even like cut it in half and then cut it in a quarter and have like just a little bite here, like a little dessert after lunch and a little. I mean, if you have one in the whole day,
it's better than her almond M&Ms for her.
You're right.
Yes.
You remember her in her almond M&M days?
I do remember.
Like, I can eat the whole family size bag. I'm like, Mom, this is not good.
Yeah, I remember.
She has switched her habits. That habit died.
One had to die for a new one to come in. The new one's much better.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Well, went a little over 20-minute goal, but
we've hit our limit because we don't want to be longer and take too much of your time, and we always have so much to say every time that we pop on. So we love you.
We mean it.
And we'll see you soon. Mwah.